Good evening, friends. Bhuminathan ji, Nandakumar ji, brilliant faculty here, and the participant, the parents. For me, it has been actually a learning curve in 2 days. I met most of you, talked to you one by one, understand the capabilities and possibilities. In whatever maximum I was to say, through all of you I have said. And you must have exchanged notes between you. That's been done. My life also became better because Nandakumarji was here. He said everything which I could have said. Two things I must say. I'm very greatly impressed the way Bhuminathanji and his team has planned things to be done. I think one must applaud them. Whatever maximum inputs they could have given, they have given you. And I'm always saying that it is only you who appear in the exam. You might have all kinds of knowledge available to you, but only how much you are going to accept out of it and how much you are going to reflect when there is a challenge is very individual capacity. And therefore, when I met you individually, I try to suggest you way outs possible. But these way outs are not prescription. So please don't understand that there is a formula of success. Formula of success is only one, in which I've been saying throughout the day. Work hard, understand yourself, and try to do the best. And I also give you a very simulated model that even if 5 of you are topper here, in this country at the same time, similar group would be 50, 100. So until as you are the best, and you have capability to beat the competition. Competition is not of intelligence here. Competition is number. So each mistake you make, you go down. Now, I don't know what to say further. So much of material is not possible, isn't it? Is it possible more than that? But there is a way out. Way out is simple. Every day, you ask one question to yourself and try to answer it. This question may be different than what Bhuminathanji has provided you. Because what he has done is done based on his research. He's tried to look at the previous papers in the research, and he tried to give an environment in the questions which are based on what is called a statistically correct approach. But you are only one partner in it. But success is not as a partner, but success is individual. If, for example, somebody has attended all of them, does it guarantee that you would be successful? You feel inside today. How many of you feel inside today? Yes, I'm sure. 23, I'll qualify prelim. How many of you? Good. So it's a very positive symbol that you think. But thinking alone doesn't help. You have to put benchmark which makes you believe that what you are saying is right. And what could be that benchmark? They've already given you what, 1800 questions? 1800? Yeah. Yes. But still I'm saying ask a question yourself. Why am I asking this? Because you are preparing, you are assimilating. Based on the assimilation, your capability gaps are known to you. So within this gap, only you can ask questions. I learned from a very young student who was preparing for JEE, IIT JEE, which I can say is much tougher exam than this. It's a simple exam. I always believe that the UPSC is not a tough examination. It's more of a demystifying, it's a more of a mystification of this. All kinds of words are used. what UPSC wants, what I should do. I think these are all jargons. It's a simple exam only to beat the numbers which we have. Okay? The numbers are also variety. Somebody in Sanskrit, somebody in Tamil, other in Telugu. So what is that commonality between you? You have to identify in you that what is that which I'll beat all of you. Have you developed a habit, for example? You have done everybody a similar course, but believe each of you are a competitor to each other. When tomorrow both of you get marks similar, none of you would say, no, you go, I won't stay. It will not happen. So the point is that in a competitive environment, how do you keep your equanimity? How do you keep your patience? And how you continue to explore? That exploration is a very difficult thing. Of course, without touching on what Nandakumarji rightly put up about the third stage, my worry always in the first stage. I did that in the evening, 2:30, 3:30. I once again repeat. It's a very tough situation. It was not when Nandakumarji appeared. You are evaluated only after 200 marks. Am I right? With a rider, then the paper 2 is a qualifier. Everybody gives you timelines and things like that. My general approach is clear the first hurdle first. If I want to win the hurdles race, I have to jump the first hurdle, isn't it? Then the second hurdle and the third. But then I'm aware that there is a third hurdle. In this game, the easiest hurdle is number 2. Did you ever realize that the mains is the easiest exam in UPSC? There's practically no competition. An opportunity to write anything which you want, which was not there in prelim. Actually, prelim you have to only choose and they reject. There's no other scope with you. Is there a scope with you? They give you 4 options, one of them is better, or 2 of them are in sequence, or whatever format they use. So where is that you can do innovation? What is innovation? Whether you prepare through mains or prepare for anything, you have to answer those questions, differentiate them, and accordingly do it right. And as he rightly said, Nandakumarji, you have to be right all the time in prelim. You can take risk in main, but you can't risk in prelim. Can you risk in prelim? And I therefore said, don't prepare for cutoff. If the message given to you is that prepare for cutoff, it's a sure recipe not to succeed. There's a psychological approach in learning, and that is you try your best to do everything right. But that's a very Herculean task. Then what do you eliminate? Is again not easy. So option is that I prepare for double the cutoff. I said this also in the evening and try to articulate you that. Can you see that point when I'm making? So there's no scope which you can leave. What you will leave, you have to be sure. And that also is beaten by that every year question paper would change. You don't know, question paper can surprise you. Suddenly you find that there are 10 questions out of history and there are 2 from economics. What will you do? You are cursing now that you didn't read economics. You put 20 days in economics and you finally get 2 questions. And therefore I said, UPSC learning is learning all the time. Learn from the best of the books. Otherwise, discrimination is going to be wrong. Anybody who prepares you answers, you cannot mug them. Can you? Answer will come on that time. And there would be so much of little confusion because you don't know, you must be worrying, will it be negative? Will it be positive? Am I right? Now, till this dilemma continues, you are in difficulty. So to most of the candidate, I suggested, do questions as much you can, but you identify questions now. If you've done economics, and I said, do a lot of research on your newspapers, lot of research on your magazines. So prelim is one where you have nothing to do except do correct answer. If you do 120 correct answer, that's a minimum almost you need. Because on that day you are not sure. Out of 120, if 5 are wrong, you came down to 100. I still remember when we brought minus. Again, I'm a culprit. I became a member and they made a committee. Committee came because some student guessed in the first paper, and one strange guess found 30% correct. So while guessing, we want to change. And Nandakumarji rightly said that we try to look at somebody who is not a guesser. It's not a game of horse racing or things like that. Even that depends on the quality of horse and things like that. So please prepare, but prepare with a lot of patience. Also educate your parents. Some parents are here. It's your duty to educate your parents that you are doing an examination which is maybe academically not difficult, but elimination wise very difficult. Because in 2 years, 3 year, 4 year time, they start putting pressure on you. So learn, avoid pressures. If you have decided, another forum, when there were a lot of students present, I said, there's a limit for everything. All you are saying UPSC is journey, UPSC is dream. What will happen if you don't get it? Even if you get in second, seventh attempt, my friend quoted one, you become joint secretary only. If you have decided based on your capabilities, and please mind my words, if you decide based on your capabilities that my 3 attempts are good enough, I cannot improve in my fourth and fifth, please don't take them. Here, then, opportunity is that, and I recall one of the example in that should answer. When I was still chairman, that was almost last to 1 year. I got up in the morning. I just somebody called me up saying, sir, could you watch the TV? And TV says, because of UPSC, one boy, very innocent boy, has committed suicide in Karnataka. And UPSC is culprit. And there were discussions and discussions. People like all of us were sitting there abusing left and right. I went in the morning, asked my secretary, what is the issue? And first I tried to find out which time did he appear. We came to know that he did not even register in that year. He told his parents he has attempted 5 attempts already. He told his parents that I am attempting and this time I am taking center in Delhi because most of the candidates come from Delhi or center only. Look at the kind of pressures built on you. Now this boy has no guts to tell his parents or the society, enough is enough and I'll move on. Not registered. Everybody is abusing UPSC. We are heartless, we ruthless and whatnot. We set up questions which are so surprising. Blah, blah, blah. Not registered. That's not good enough. He told his parents and the society there, I'm going for interview. And obviously his name was not to be there. And he committed suicide because he couldn't face the society. Why I'm narrating this story for you? That there is a day when you decide that it is my capability, I've done the best. And if my best was not enough, there are better opportunities outside. I'm not lucky like Nandakumarji. I never appeared in civil service, never qualified, and never became. But I did become chairman UPSC. I did become one of the best academics. So he stops you not to become a best academics. Who stops not you to become something else? If you don't become in the first four services of civil service, half of you even don't know what is the work in defense account services. Are you aware? What is the power you are going to go? What is good you are going to go to the people at large? If you are going to Department of Post today, which is reduced almost to minimal condition, nobody even talks of Department Posts. What will you do? So please explore yourself once again. Having so much of input, give your best in this attempt. Some of you have already taken one attempt, some have taken two, maybe one more. But by the time you are in the fourth attempt, you are 26, 27, 28. There are statistics which are clearly known, and I thought everybody must have told you. First attempt, 17%. Why are you not in first attempt? First attempt person become Cabinet Secretary, Government of India. Because we started late. I have already accounted 3, 4, 5 years out. So the second attempt, 25 to 30%, third attempt, 25 to 30. This only leaves 10% chances for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in all put together. It's a mirage. Please understand, it's a mirage. And I understand each of you have something very brilliant in you. Once you are sure that you have done the best, it's for you to decide. I'm not going to decide. And answer is put your hand here every day and think that you are on the right track. And when the exam done, prelim, on that day itself know that are you qualified? That's the time to think. Because prelim will follow by mains, which is cheap, which is simpler exam. Mains will follow by interview, which is further simpler exam. But we have mystified so much that interview board, I should name, there are candidates who don't qualify it. And I always believe nobody should read for interview. It is what you are, you have to present. Having studied for mains, what else would you do? He has given you so much already. What extra can you read for interview? Can you read anything? Nandakumarji rightly said, we only look in you that little spark which makes you stand out. Let me also say on honesty. Once I went to address a foundation day of a national law school. Press person interviewed me and asked, sir, and he said like this, sir, you select people who are not honest. Because at that time in that particular area, there was a case where one of the bureaucrats was caught with 3 crores of rupees. So what is the belief? You go to the public today and Nandakumarji can vouch. Nobody wants to believe that you are an honest person. They also say that whatever minister would say, you will do. You read every day. Minister called me and said, so, work done. Why are you become then the part of it? So time you to judge. Judge at a level when you have done your best. And I thought my faculty colleagues should always try to bring that best in them. Continuous is fine. You're given everything now. What is that will make her a success? What will make her a success? So from now onward, it is 1-to-1. So if she has a problem, she asks you, do it. But tell her that you have to qualify. Whether you take 1 month, I know people who have qualified main only 1 month, prelim. I also know people who are not qualified prelim for up to a number of times. No destiny. It's not a question of destiny at all. It's a question of your own motivation, own strength within you. While talking to some of you, or somebody said, "Sir, the moment I reach exam hall, I get depressed." What is the solution? He can't give you a solution of it. You have to motivate. The motivation is, can I do the best? Have I done the best? Even the best is, since he took three examples from cricket. In 3 years' time, the number of abuses Kohli received are stupendous. Did you know? Every third day, they didn't leave his wife, they didn't leave his any other thing. And once he scored a little century again in Afghanistan, he again became a demigod. So society will continue to say, parents will continue to say, please plan for yourself. Let me also clear, you are not doing anybody service. You are mistaken if the country, you are going to serve people. This question is asked in an interview, what are you going to do? The board laughs at it when you say, I'm here to serve the nation. Bhuminathan is also serving nation, isn't he? After all, he's molding 200 of you. And one of the girls, you were there, I asked her, did collector ever come to your area? Have you seen your collector? So don't create those images. And don't live in those images. The life is difficult. This exam is not difficult, I once again tell you. Prelim is toughest because elimination. Mains is easier because you have an opportunity. They give you an opportunity, write 500 words, 200 words, 600 words, which if you are a little crafty, better, good practice, you can do. Then somebody asked me, he also tells that issue. So how the copies are checked? How does it matter to you? If UPSC has committed itself for so many years and we have still not lost any case, not a single case, then we must be doing right. So believe that it is your duty only to work hard and sit in that exam. Don't worry too much about who will check your copies, who will go to the board. It's irrelevant. We create no bias. Whether you're a girl or a boy, girls are sometimes lucky in interview because being all male experts sitting most of the time, they think it is chevalier to give 2 more marks for a girl. Though I try to rationalize that also. But yes, but only at the interview part. 2 marks can make a big difference. If you notice many a time you are not selected, you'll say, I didn't do well in personality test. But please understand, it is a personality test and the mains marks put together. Nobody says, my marks were less and therefore, though I got 160, 170, 180 in interview, still you'll say, I would have done better in interview. Why didn't you do better in the writing test? So don't hide your mistakes. In UPSC, there is no favoritism. There's no cross difference even in board. It's a myth that some boards are simple and some boards are. It's complete myth. We have our own mechanisms which ensure that everything is right. But yes, there would still be some chance. It's not as much as you're writing. Maybe your questions are asked which are not right. Maybe questions are out of things which you never prepared, you were taught, you will discuss. And I always tell students, don't go to any coaching for interview. Other day a candidate came, let me believe. He appeared in 9 mocks. And he got so thoroughly confused that when he actually appeared in the interview, there was not even a single question on it. So when situation is so unpredictable, it's your confidence, it is your reading, it is a fundamental, and it's your self-belief. Interview is a pure game of self-belief. Though I said I've never been IAS, in my life only appeared 2 interviews. Once to come to the government at a joint secretary level. And they kept on asking. It became 1 hour. Youngest boy selected. They were very senior people, but I won't take credit. That was the day when they were asking those questions, which I thought I was more prepared. There was another day when I became director of one of the CSR lab. Still very young, 40. Board went, and 3 minutes later, we started fighting. Experts say this, I'll say don't agree. He will say why, I say this. So we kept on fighting. I came home, said fine. Next day, somebody calls, said you have been selected. So what is the model which I do? You might have a very clumsy interview, but you must have impressed the board of something which is novel in you. They thought second time that I have some new ideas. So how to cultivate those new ideas in you? It's similarly in answering. Everybody you have given the same material, but it is going to be your language. It is going to be your handwriting. It is going to be the focal point which you want to push. Only you can decide. I still remember in one case, I won't name, two sisters gave exam, the same situation. And we said it's a case of copying. Two very identical question answering, everything. Very identical. We searched the case out. And the girl said, this is the material we read. And for it's become word-to-word copying. So this same material, if you don't add value yourself in your own words, in your own style, you might land up in this problem, which you don't believe. I also recall another incident. When this Iraq situation was going on, it was a common question. You all keep on saying current affairs, isn't it? So that was a very current discussed issue. Everybody gave same answer. Nobody even tried to think and apply their mind that what America says may not be right. Ultimately, Saddam, poor people died and there was no chemical weapons. Were there chemical weapons? There was only 2 students. They put 2 points together. In that way, they got the highest marks. They could think out of box. There was the originality. So we are looking at originality in you. Prelim does not require much of originality because answers are given, discrimination is the power. But this discrimination doesn't come until you have read the best of the book. When the answer is so close, only the best book allows you to get through. They have reasoned out why the one is not correct, why B is correct. You understand what I'm saying? And there is a time now. So what I'll do right away is that each of you and I advocated to you that next 3 months should be devoted, and by December you should be clear, am I clearing prelim or not? Having received so much of information, if in 3 months' time you are not sure that I'm 80% on prelim, last month I leave in April, May again 2 months I leave it for you to go from assure 80% to assure 100%, which will result to finally 140%. You will lose 60%. In engineering, there is a call of law of transmission. You know this law? If I supply electricity here, and by the time it reaches there are losses because it flows through wire. There's also learning the similar thing. You learn, and by the time you produce an exam, there's a loss. I'm not accounting for what is called as the pressure of exam. So 2 devils, pressure of exam and originality. Mains in interview are the situation where that originality will take you further. In UPSC, nobody knows how many marks are in your written. Unlike many state public service commission, where your written marks are available with interview board, personality test is not aware at all. Nobody actually, not even chairman, what are your marks in the mains. You are randomly called, you are randomly sent to the board. So every eventuality is possible. Since I must congratulate him, I must congratulate you, all of you, that you have prepared so well. It's the final kick time. And kick time is your strength in your life. You can be Pele, who's the best goal scorer, and you can be any sundry like me playing on the street. It's your choice. But if you find that you are like a street player, give up next time. Don't pursue your dream. UPSC is not God. My life is precious than UPSC is. I don't want to commit suicide. If in 4-year time, my youth, by 4-year attempt, fourth attempt, I'm 26, my youth, all energy is gone already. You come at 33 and you have started getting married, life is nowhere. So please understand, though there are opportunity that you can select in 10th attempt, in 7th attempt, if you are selected at the age of 38, you don't become even joint secretary. Then why are you going there? As a professor in IIT, I got a better salary than the joint secretary in the government of India when as a professor, and I became professor so early that you don't become joint secretary then. And you also know this, when I traveled, and then I am from IIT, can you see the respect among people? So go to the places which gives you respect. Today, if you think the moment you become bureaucrat, you get respect, I'm so sorry. Sir, you are here, but I'm absolutely clear. You just go away. Half of them say out of jealousy. Half of them also say by truth. It's up to you. But I wish you very best. Nobody get that kind of input. You must thank your stars. You must thank this man who is helping you even when you have no means. It's a big thing. What could be a bigger man than him to doing service to society? Somebody needs money, somebody needs support, somebody needs guidance, he gives it to you. It's for you now. In polls, also imagine, please, don't remain in dreams. Last year, only 4 candidates were selected from Tamil Nadu. Are you aware of it? You have not to become 4 there. You have to become 4 from here. Now, they have done a good job. All they can track you, advise you, remind you that please do best. I wish you best. It's a long time already. I was very impressed with the young candidates speaking. They've said something very brilliant things. Some of the things I didn't follow because this was in Tamil. I'm sure they must have done very well. It's indeed a symbol that you are on the right track. This kind of programs reassures you, reminds you of your goals, and once again remind yourself that you can be selected. In all that difference you will bring, that you convert that you can to I will. Now that's a difference you have. Whatever I say, whatever he say, whatever they all do, only you can. So my request to you, please do it. My belief in youth is very high. And today what I do across the country is try to motivate students to do what best they want to. I have known a bureaucrat whose daughter was a topper in computer science. She would have got anything. Very high bracket. The girl make first attempt, qualified, came to interview. She couldn't do well, and she didn't take the second attempt. She thought it is the best she could have done. And instead went to higher education in computer science. And today she is a top name in research area. This country offers enormous opportunity. You don't realize that. If there was not this day today, I would have told you what opportunities are there in this country, in the world. So don't burn yourself. Remind you, don't burn yourself for something which you thought after some time, why? That's a question. I wish you best. Thank you very much. Thank you.